Claudine is telling us a story, a personal story, and her objectives tonight are to communicate the good elements, all the elements that should be included in a story, and her time is 6 to 8 minutes. 6 to 8.
The principle is the same. The green light illuminates at 6 minutes, the yellow light at 7, and when the red light illuminates at 8, the speed light illuminates well, Toastmasters.
Claudine has been a member since 2008. She took many opportunities serving the club as Surgeon at Arms, Secretary, President, and was Area Director last year for District 47. She's very close to achieving the DTM, which stands for Distinguished Toastmaster status, only 4 speeches away. Her title is Weird and Interesting Incidents on My Trip Out West. Please welcome Claudine to the lectern.
I'm not only going to tell you one personal story, I will entertain you all with 2 weird and interesting stories on my last vacation. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Picture this. There are 2 city benches on the famous Pearl Street in Boulder, Colorado, separated by a huge plant. Pretend this is a bench. This is one bench. There sat a man, homeless man, with a wheelchair at the side of the bench with all his belongings on it. The other side is a second bench with another homeless man sitting there with his backpack and his belongings on the bench. While I was waiting for my son and my husband to come out of the marijuana shop, I decided I will have a seat and rest my legs. I picked this bench because I thought this homeless man looked very interesting. He was having lunch. He was delicately, slowly peeling his orange with great intention. When he's finished, he took a few fags of the orange and he ate it. Then he reached for the orange rind and started to clean his arms and his body. And I had a smile on my face because I thought it was a very organic way to freshen up. He proceeds to eat some more oranges, figs, and then suddenly he jumps up and he started to do push-ups.
Okay.
Started to do push-ups like that. And I had a smile on my face again. I said to myself, that is kind of weird. Why would he clean his body before he exercises? But what was interesting enough was that he took whatever he had at that moment, he took advantage of it. That was very interesting. Second story, on our drive from Denver to Montana, we're enjoying the beautiful, magnificent scenic views. And suddenly, ping! Our eyes snapped open and we followed the sound of the pinging noise on our windshield. And all we could see is this crack on the windshield. A rock flew by the passing car. I guess the rock flipped off the tire and came shooting towards our windshield. The crack was very noticeable. It looked like a star with not 5 points, but 7 points zigzagging all which way. And all we could think of was, oh my gosh, this is going to be a very expensive trip to replace that windshield. I immediately called the credit card company to find out if this would be covered. Oh yes, you're covered if you have it for 15 days. Oh, but we have it for 17 days. What if I bring it before 15 days? Would you still cover the damage? No, ma'am. It goes by the original date of the contract. That flew out the window. The next thing to do was to call Geico or car insurance to see if they would cover it. But we waited until we got to Libby, Montana. We were so worried, all 15 hours of driving, worrying about what we should do. When we got to Libby, Montana, my brother-in-law suggested that we go to the auto glass shop so they can fix it. They get these dinks and cracks all the time out west because of the fallen rocks, whatever accidents. Well, we took the car to the shop, and it was so interesting that they had a power-down tool to fix this crack. It's an instrument that they just put it on the crack and they suck the cracks out. And it just leaves a little tiny dot, unnoticeable. We were still worried that, oh, I know they're gonna see this, they're gonna know that we had an accident, and they're gonna charge us hundreds of dollars to have this replaced. We were worried for like almost 2 weeks. We took the car on our way to when we were leaving, we took the car to the parking lot at the airport. And it was so cold that day. It was 48 degrees. And we just had little jackets on. And it was also drizzling. So we parked the car. The guy came to us, he said, leave the key in the car, take your stuff, leave the key in the car, step outside, and wait for the shuttle bus to take you to the airport. The weird thing was, he did not even look in the car or around the car. All that worrying for nothing. My goodness. So here you have the homeless man who I'm sure has a lot to worry about, but he looked so peaceful going about his daily routine. Not a worry in the world. And here we are, worrying about a little unnoticeable mark on the windshield for nothing. Madam Toastmaster.